Hey guys, it's been a very long time since I have made a vlog. That was probably about 2009 or so. So I figured it's time to make another one. This time, it's about something that's very, very close to my heart. It's one of the core pieces of who I am. That is being child-free. There is a difference, and you should know this, there is a difference between child-free and childless. Childless means you do want to have children, but for some reason you can't. Either you're sterile, you're naturally sterile, or you're infertile, or the time's not right, or you just don't have the finances. Whatever those reasons are, you want the kid, but you just can't have for some reason. Child-free is that lack of desire for a kid. And I have many, many, many reasons, numbering at least over 100 for not wanting children. And there's actually quite a lot of hostility. I faced some, not a whole lot because I'm still pretty young. I'm still, like 24, and people are like, oh, well, you're young enough, you're not married, you don't have a long-term partner, you'll find the right person, and you'll want to have kids. Now, I might be young, but I have enough friends who either are married or have been married to know that marriage is hard work. Hard work. Even just without kids, it can be really difficult. And like I said, I don't have the first-hand knowledge, but I've had plenty of people who are married or were married, confide in me and say how difficult it was even just without kids. And I've had people who were or are married with kids and say how exponentially more difficult the kids make it. Whoever I end up with, I want to be putting 100% into that relationship and work on making that the best possible relationship, marriage, friendship, etc. that I can. And I just don't feel like I could ever do that with kids. I've read too many confessions where the dad feels like they come in second place after the baby's born. And even their opinions about their wives change. You see the birth process, and people say, oh, it's so miraculous, it's so wonderful. No, it's biology, and it's gross. Trust me. Guys never look at their wives' vaginas the same way again. I know this. I've read this. I've heard it. It happens. They'll tell you, oh, it's the same. No. It is not. I don't want that happening to me. I don't want that happening to any part of my body. I don't want any part of pregnancy. There is an actual phobia of pregnancy. It is called tocophobia. It exists. I have it. I can't explain why. It just, the thought of getting pregnant and having some kind of living being in my body freaks me out. The proportions to which your body changes, getting that bump, having it tear through your vagina, or, worst case scenario, having a C-section and having it come through your frickin' skin. It's like, it's crazy. I've been working so hard on my physical condition right now in order to get my body looking the way it is, and I gotta say, I'm rocking it really well. Like, I'm not self-conscious to wear a bikini anymore. It's fantastic. I don't want to ruin all that hard work. And if you've seen shapeofamother.com, you will know that not everybody bounces back from having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus children. Sometimes it just does not happen. People have told me, when I tell them this, that I don't want to lose the body I've worked so hard to get, they've told me, oh, well, you obviously have done it once, you could do it again. It's not that simple. Like I say, I don't know this from first-hand experience, but I don't want to find out. I don't want to take that chance. Not with my body, not with my health. God, the complications that can arise from pregnancy are scary. It is really freaking scary. I'm studying pathology right now in college, and there are so many diseases that have pinpointed pregnancy as a potential risk factor. So many. It scares the living shit out of me. That is something I can control. There are a lot of things in this world that are out of your control. Pregnancy is one of them. Definitely. So, I will probably be making other videos about this topic. common things that people will say in response to Childfree, like the hostility that the Childfree faces, and all the things that people say that, you know, kind of insult our choice. You know, the thing is, I have a very fine line between a polite inquisition and then an impolite inquisition. Like, if somebody I don't know, they, you know, we're talking, or like maybe we meet at a party, let's say, and for some reason at a party they ask me, so, do you have children? Polite question. I say no. Do you plan on having children? Still a polite question. No. Why not? That's when the line is crossed. That question is about as personal as if I asked you if you liked anal sex. So, do you like anal sex? Whoa, 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 whoa! But it's okay to ask me why I don't want children. It's okay to question my personal lifestyle choice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. People seem to not have any boundaries when it comes to kids. Like, when my sister was pregnant, she would tell me that people would just, like, come up to her in the grocery store wanting to touch her belly, or they actually would touch her belly. Like, really? Do you people not have any boundaries or respect whatsoever? It's so incredibly personal, and it's none of your damn business. So if somebody tells you they don't want to have children, unless you know them well, don't ask, even if you do know them well, unless you know they seem willing to tell you, don't ask why. Unless you're like legitimately curious and just like, oh, well, that's different. I would like to know why. Just because it might be something that you've never heard of, but, you know, if it's an accusing, well, why not? That's so selfish. You'll change your mind. You're still very young. You haven't met the right person yet. Who's going to take care of you when you're old? Bingo after bingo after bingo after bingo. Fuck that. I will have a video of the bingos. I will have a video of my reasons. Maybe not all 100 plus, but the big ones. In fact, I have evidence of one tonight. This is from In-N-Out, which I got with friends at 10:30 at night. Didn't need to get a sitter. Didn't need to ask my fictional partner if he would stay home and watch the kids. Just left the cats food and water and went. You can't do that with a kid. You can't just put down some food and water on the floor in a bowl and say, hey, Junior, entertain yourself for 7 hours while Mummy goes shopping. It doesn't work that way. That's one major reason. People say, yeah, it's selfish. Okay. That doesn't have any kind of negative connotation for me. None whatsoever. Because every decision anybody has ever made, ever, has been for a selfish reason. Either to avoid pain or attain pleasure. You can even argue altruism, but that's an entirely different topic for an entirely different time. This is meant to just be a short introductional video. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it here. If you have questions, if you have anything you'd like to see me discuss, you can just go ahead and put them on down there in the comments. I promise you I will read them, because nobody really comments on my stuff much. So anytime I get one, it's like, oh my god, yay! I know. Whatever. It's one of the plights of being a YouTuber that doesn't have many hits, but I kind of don't care. This is really for my own personal enjoyment. I know some folks will see this, and I know it'll resonate with some folks, and with some folks it might not, and you might get offended. But that's okay, because it's not meant to be offensive. You can take it that way if you want to. This is not meant to be offensive. This is meant to be informative. And say, hey people, there is another path out there. There is another choice you can make, and that's what it is. It's a choice. You know, you choose to be a parent, whether you realize it consciously or unconsciously, it is a choice. You don't have to follow the script that says, go to high school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids. You don't have to follow the life script. If you don't feel like you ever wanted to be a parent, if you feel like you don't want to be a parent now, if you're even just questioning if that's what you really want, take some time. Take all the time you need, because you got plenty, and think about it. Do your research. Read books. Read testimonies. Read true confessions. That website has been shut down and archived, but you can still read them. promise you, there's so much information out there, and I'm so glad it's getting out. Because there is another way. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have kids if you don't want to. That's the bottom line. If you don't want, I can't make me, as one of my buddies would say. So, with that, I will sign off for now. Like I said, anything you want to see, any questions, just put them down there in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.